Hello everyone on YouTube. This is Lynn. My screen name is In Matches Out and it is January 6th. Um, my surgery was about 10 months ago, so I am pretty far out and long overdue a video. To give you my stats, I began my journey um, at around 252 pounds and I'm only 5'4". That was my highest weight. My pre-surgery weight was 241, or the day of surgery weight, I should say. And this morning, drum roll, I weigh 170.2. So that's a loss of just about 82 pounds. I'll give you a full body shot, and then I'll kind of tell you how everything's going. You probably can't see it very well from there. It's not a huge screen. I'm at work right now, so sorry. I don't know if you can see. Not, not the best camera to do that with, but you know, my clothes fit much better, of course. I went from like a size 22, 24, and right now I'm wearing a 14. And a lot of those are getting kind of big, so I might even be able to slip into a 12 right now, which truly blows my mind. I never thought in a million years I'd be able to fit into a size 12. Okay, so let's talk about what's happened since my last video. I don't think I've done a video in honestly like 6 months. And I really meant to, for my own benefit, to kind of document my journey and look back and see how I was feeling. But I started nursing school last September, and so that's been taking up a huge chunk of my time, of course. Um, let's see. For the most part, I can eat whatever I want. Um, Occasionally, I'll eat something that doesn't agree with me, and I will realize it very quickly, and I will either throw it up or I'll just feel sick for quite a while. Um, but usually, when I get sick, have to throw up, which is not all the time, but it does happen on an occasion. It's totally something that I knew I shouldn't have eaten anyway. Like, for example, we traveled over the New Year's holiday and we stopped at Carl's Jr. on the way home. And I mean, I made a good choice. I got a turkey burger with no bun, which really is a good go to in our world of busyness and all that. Every fast food place will make you a burger with no bun, low carb style. Um, and if you can do a turkey burger, even better because the calories are super low and you get a ton of protein. But In and Out, of course, is my first choice for a protein style burger. Anywho, so I got the turkey burger, no bun, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna have some onion rings too, because again, I can have and eat anything I want. I just only eat a very small portion. So I had a handful of onion rings, probably not even that many. I probably had like 3 onion rings. Um, and I don't know if that's what set me off or if it was the turkey burger itself, but things did not go well. We got back in the car and we had to pull over relatively soon. Overall, my eating, I'll kind of give you a rundown of what I eat during the day. So I'm 10 months out from surgery, so I don't have any restrictions. I wake up, and within 30 or 45 minutes of waking up, I have breakfast. Usually that consists of an egg, one egg, either a piece of bacon, real bacon, not the turkey bacon, or a piece of turkey sausage, and like a half cup of milk. Ideally fat free, but if there's no fat free milk, then I'll just have the 2% or whatever my house has at that time. Um, I can drink coffee, as you just saw, with no problem. I do it with sugar free creamer. Anywhere from 2 to 3 hours after breakfast, I will have a snack, whether it be a string cheese, a Greek yogurt, clementine, an apple, something little though, nothing ginormous. And then about 2 to 3 hours after that, I'll have lunch. And generally, lunch will consist of It depends on where I'm at. If I'm at home, then I can make a bowl of soup or something like that. If I'm out, I'll stop and get a salad. Usually, Wendy's has those half-size salads, um, which are still too big, but I just eat all the chicken off of it. I really like the apple pecan chicken salad, or pecan, sorry. It's a little high in sugar, but it doesn't negatively affect me, meaning it doesn't affect my stomach. So that, or Wendy's has good chili. And I know I'm listing off fast food, but I have a very busy schedule. So I'm out a lot, so I kind of narrowed down all of my good choices that I can have while out. And then in the afternoon, again, 2 to 3 hours roughly after lunch, I'll have another kind of snack, whether it be a trail mix, um, beef jerky, yogurt, string cheese, apple, um, cheese and crackers, anything like that. And then for dinner, whatever my family's having, I will have usually the protein and the veggie and try to avoid the carb. Or if I do have the carb, I'll have just like a little tiny portion of it, not a huge portion of it. Okay, that's too low now. So that's kind of the gist of my eating. I do drink alcohol, and that was honestly, it sounds silly to say, but that was one of my biggest reserves about having the surgery. I was really worried because we have a very big group of social friends and there's always drinking and whatnot, and I was scared to death I was never going to be able to drink again after surgery. But I was willing to not drink again after surgery because I needed to lose weight. So I I do drink. Um, the hard part about drinking is it really does replace an entire meal because you can't drink and eat. I mean, you can like sip water throughout a meal, but you cannot have a cocktail and a meal at the same time. So, for example, last weekend we were out of town. We went to Mexican food with some friends, and of course, I wanted a margarita and chips and salsa. Um, so I got a margarita. And I had some chips and salsa, and then I just got an a la carte taco and only ate the inside of it. Um, and I got a pork taco with some avocado, and I didn't even like it, so I barely ate. I probably ate half the meat inside. Um, so, at the end of the day, I still ate like probably more than I should have, but my calories were much higher because of the sugar and alcohol and whatnot. But that's kind of the thing for me is I can drink, but I can't drink and have a meal, so I have to pick very wisely what I'm going to do. Um, I can have dessert, um, but only if I really want it or if I'm really feeling like it. Like last night for dinner, um, we had noodles, chicken, and broccoli. So I had a piece of chicken like the size of my palm, and then I had a couple pieces of broccoli. I would have had more, but there wasn't any more. And then for dessert, about an hour and a half later, I had a drumstick, like an ice cream drumstick, and I was able to eat the whole thing. Even my husband was like, "Are you gonna eat that whole thing?" And I did. So, and I wouldn't say I felt sick. I felt a little like, oh, I just ate too much. Um, but that's about it. So that's kind of my food part of my update. How am I feeling? I feel fabulous in clothes. I know that I look good. People are constantly complimenting me, especially people I haven't seen in a long time, and I can't lie, that's never going to get old to have a ton of people be like, "Oh my God, you look great." Um, the hard part is, and it's not a skin issue. I don't have a ton of skin. I wouldn't say I have skin issues. I have a little bit of loose skin, just like on my arms. Of course, my stomach, but I've had 100 freaking kids. No, I'm kidding. I've had 5. But um, the biggest thing I'm struggling with right now, body wise, is how flabby I am. I started working out in the fall, and I did like a 6-week boot camp, um, and that helped a little bit, but um, I don't know. I'm so flabby. I just am flabby, and I don't know if there's enough weight training in the world to cure the flabbiness I have. So I'm a little concerned about that because summer is, 6 months away, and I go to the water park a lot with my kids, so I've got to really figure out how to squash that problem without hiring a trainer and paying too much money. But I'm going to concentrate on weight training because I need to build bone density and all that good stuff. The biggest negative of weight loss is boob loss. I went from a triple D and now I'm down to a C, and I think I've just got on a great bra today because, you know, I still look like I have some boobs, but holy cannoli, talk about saggy, flabby boobs. Yeah, they're becoming non-existent, and what is there is ugly and gross, and I would much rather have big, perky boobs, but wouldn't we all? So I think after nursing school, that's going to be my goal, to possibly have a boob job, because you lose the volume too. Like, not only are they so much smaller, but there's no volume, because all the volume that was up here is now like, and you have none. So you're almost like flat chested with boobs hanging off. It's really gross. Sorry, probably way too much info. What else? I don't know. I think I'm struggling a little bit with a little bit of body image. When I look in the mirror and see myself dressed, like, I can see how I look, and I see that I look good. I'm not like super skinny, but I look good compared to how I was before. But I still think of myself as the chubby one of the group. And at 170 pounds, I probably am still the chubby one compared to a lot of people. But overall, I am not this chubby, huge person that I was before. But I still kind of view myself like that. So I don't know, it doesn't negatively affect me in any way that I can tell. It's something I need to be aware of and maybe need to address. I will end with telling you that surgery was by far the best thing I've ever done for myself in my whole entire life. If I had known how much it was going to help me, I would have done it years and years ago. I was explaining to a friend over the weekend that, once you understand how your body works, of course it's much easier to figure out how to lose weight. Well, having my resting metabolic rate not changed. I had my resting metabolic rate measured before surgery. I think most of us do. And to discover that I only need about 1,450 calories a day to survive was a huge eye-opener, because every time I diet before, I would diet, between 12 and 1,500 calories, and I would never lose weight. So for me to lose weight, you have to reduce your calories so much, like under 1,000 or so. And I would get frustrated and get hungry and never lose anything. So that was the biggest eye-opener for me, and I truly do think that without surgery, I would not have been able to do this. It was not the easy way out by any means. For God's sakes, you're committing to drastically change the way you eat for the rest of your life, and that's a big deal. My biggest fear going forward right now is that, I'm 10 months out, I don't want to say I can eat whatever I want, because I cannot eat whatever I want. I definitely cannot eat as much as I would like. My head still wants, big, huge portions. But as the further out I get from surgery, I'm sure I'll be able to eat a little bit more, as time goes on, and I'll continue to be able to eat whatever I want or add foods. So I'm worried that my old habits will come back in and be hard to deal with. So anyways, for anyone having the surgery, as long as you have a good surgeon and you truly need the surgery, I highly recommend it. It's not for everyone, I don't think, but for me it was the best choice. So thanks for watching, and